what we talk about in the boot camp, which is, it's a great process. And there's something else to add to it, which is the journey of becoming the person that you know God designed you to be. Identity transformation from the inside out. You can understand your purpose in life, but if you don't truly have the fundamentals of being healthy, having the right energy, right? Being free genuinely from your identity, the bondage that you carry and the agreements that you have with what you believe about yourself. There's real stuff, there's real spiritual stuff around that. And it affects us emotionally, affects us mentally, affects us physically, right? Our body keeps the score from trauma that we've experienced in the past. And if we're not healthy, step one, if we're not healthy, then, and number two, being free, it's going to be hard to sustain whatever it is that's our purpose and calling to make an impact. And really from that place of being a person of value, derive income, right? No matter how that comes, whether it is in ministry, whether it is in the job that you're doing, when you become a person of value and when you grow as a person of value, you don't get paid for hours worked. Truly, you get paid for value created. And so, if I got paid for hours worked, or just hours, if I got paid for time, right, I'd sit on the couch if I just got paid for time. But we don't get paid for time, we get paid for value created. And so you might have hours associated with that. But what you're describing is you're getting paid in different ways through becoming the person that you know you can be, understanding your God-given authority to be a man, even though you don't have that label, title, whatever it might be a man who creates environment, creates culture, who brings what Hannah was mentioning earlier, kingdom, right? Who brings kingdom. Kingdom's already built. We're just bringing it. Who brings kingdom to work, right? Your job you're currently in, and can influence in a positive way and see your purpose actually lived out. But now, my question to you is what were the first practical things that you needed to do as you started to recognize, wow, okay, I'm burned out, I'm ready to leave? What were maybe one or two keys that really helped you change your paradigm, your perspective, where things changed in your life without things changing?
Yeah, super good. I think of that for me, first thing that comes to mind is evaluating my energy level throughout the day. I would come home exhausted, and I guess I started to rate myself. So I started from 1 to 10, what's my energy level? And then after I rate myself, okay, what's the biggest contributor to why? What's the positive contributor to that? What's the setback associated? And I was getting 4s, 3s consistently, maybe lower than that too. And what I came to find out was it wasn't even about the job itself. It wasn't the work. It was actually some of the people maybe that I was having challenges with. What I came to find out was I needed to clarify some relationships there. I needed to kind of voice my opinion or step up for myself and be bold in certain situations. And starting to do that really allowed me to start scoring 6, 7, 8, coming home with more energy to live. So that's one thing. I think secondly too, I always use the 60 hours as an excuse. I always thought, okay, I'm working a ton of hours, I need to work 40. So obviously I need to leave. And then I started having, on my days off, I was still getting overwhelmed with, oh, I could go biking, I could go running, I realized, oh, I'm having the same experiences, whether I'm working or not working. Okay, so that's not even work related. There's something else at the heart of that. So I would recommend, I guess I would suggest thinking about, okay, how's your work day, and then how are your off days? Are there any commonalities between those two?
I love what you're saying there, where you recognized, oh, actually, if I took a step back and pause, there was actually dysfunction in relationships or poor health that I had some control over influencing, that I could actually bring with better energy. Because I also know you've been focused on physical energy. That's what we talk about, getting back to basics, helping people understand, hey, when you actually take care of your body, you're in a better mindset. And your body can be in parasympathetic tone. You're not operating from fight or flight. You're not reactive. You can respond instead of being just quick reactions, right? And so there's something about it physically. And then also spiritually, you're inviting God into that whole process where you're saying, God, I know that you have something better for me in terms of the way that I'm living my life currently. What is within my control, my responsibility that I can change right now? And he actually started revealing all the things that could be addressed right now without having to change your job. And it's like, man, that's amazing. I feel like somebody watching right now is getting freedom just knowing that, just knowing, oh my gosh, I actually might not have to change my job.